Bitcoin just crossed $120,000 again as news just came out that President Trump will be opening the $9 trillion US retirement market to crypto investments. In today's video, we'll be talking about this. We'll be also going over the bills that just passed and taking a look at the most important charts that you need to pay attention to as it pertains to trading this crypto market. If you enjoy the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Let's jump right into the video. So as you can see here, the news is clear. $9 trillion US retirement market having access to crypto investments. And right as this news came out, Bitcoin got a very, very nice pump. We are now back above $120,000. Now this was the area that I was paying attention to because you can see it did previously act as resistance. However, if we are to continue to break through here, we would find our way to the mid-range of the Monday range. Now the Monday range is what I like to trade very, very often. And if you're in my free signals group, you do know that we're trading this right now. Actually, I can give you a quick insight as to how the trade is looking. We're currently sitting right around $3,000 in profit as I'm recording this video. A lot of you members in the signal group likely entered this trade. Basically, for this trade setup, what you want to look for is to try and reclaim Monday's low, targeting Monday's high. Now, I will likely start taking a little bit of profits at the mid-range here, but this is a very simple trading strategy that you can employ yourself without joining any groups. Reclaiming Monday's low often means that we can see some further continuation towards Monday's high. And it just so happens that Monday's high coincides exactly with Bitcoin's current all-time high, which is right around $123,000. And so right now, this trade setup does look very, very solid. But I know what a lot of you probably want to talk about, and that is altcoins. Because as you can see, yes, Bitcoin is breaking up, but Bitcoin dominance still appears to be moving a little bit lower. I will, of course, make sure to keep you updated as this develops, but right now, Bitcoin dominance is below its bull market support band, suggesting some further strength from altcoins. If we take a look at the others chart, which is the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and, of course, the rest of the top 10, we do see that we are now sitting right above $2.91 billion. And right here, this is starting to look like it may potentially be forming a W pattern, suggesting that we could see much further upside for altcoins. Now, as you know my base case, I'm still mainly holding Bitcoin and of course trading the market, and so I'm looking to exchange my Bitcoin into altcoins. I want to see some further closes above the bull market support band here. I want to see some more closes for Bitcoin dominance below the bull market support band, and I also want to see perhaps if we can get back above the bull market support band for the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin against Bitcoin. And so right here, you can see that at the time of recording this video, if I really zoom in, we are technically itching above the bull market support band. And so I want to see the reaction here. Are we going to get a nasty rejection back down to the range lows, or are we going to continue to creep on higher? As I've said several times before, I am very happy with my current Bitcoin position. However, this makes for an incredible market to trade. And right now, as you can see, with Bitcoin continuing to climb up, approaching $121,000, we just keep on printing profits, over $4,000 in profit. That's another reminder. If you want to join my free signals group, you do have the first link in my description down below. It's completely free, and all that's required is that you sign up with one of my affiliate exchange links. You can message me the word signals and I will be happy to onboard you. So what else is there? Because obviously this is massive news, and right as I was recording this video, this came out, and so we're seeing an explosion across all of the market. But we did get some bills that just passed. So we had the Anti-CBD Surveillance State Act, which was officially passed today. We also had the Genius Act, which is the crypto stablecoin bill, which just got passed. And finally, the US House officially passed the Crypto Clarity Act. This is massive for the industry. A lot of people were speculating that perhaps these bills wouldn't get passed. And of course, the market is seeing some pretty nice upside here. We are now targeting the mid-range. So let's see what happens, because yes, Bitcoin is pumping. Altcoins are also pumping. But as I've said several times, I will make sure to keep you updated when it's time for me to really start changing my Bitcoin into altcoins. Maybe I won't get the perfect timing, but as I said in my previous video, I need to make sure that I'm getting the best possible returns if I'm going to be trading my hard-earned Bitcoin into altcoins. However, because we talked about altcoins a little bit, I just thought I'd give you an update on a very interesting case here, and this is the Bonk guy. So the Bonk guy is famously known in crypto for entering Bonk a massive bonk long near the lows and holding his position steady. You can see that he entered around 0.0002637, and right now we are at 0.035. Massive trade, and right now he's sitting at around $13 million in profit. Just imagine one day that this could potentially be you. And as you can see here, he is up 80,000% on a trade. It takes some balls to be able to hold this position. And as you can see here in his tweet, a lot of people were actually accusing him of having closed this position. Even though I had promised that I wouldn't be posting a Bonk P&L update until my P&L is above $50 million, I see many still spreading the rumor that Bonk guy closed his Bonk position even after my earlier tweet responding to the earlier FUD attack. So he went ahead and showed his P&L. So let's see how things develop. And in the meantime, I thought I would take a look at the Bonk chart. Why not start looking at some altcoins as we start to see some outperformance from them? And so right here, we're getting a massive pump. We held the bull market support band as support, and let's just see on the daily time frame, very, very clear. We broke above it, came back down above this band, which is a very, very important band that I use to navigate all of my trades, and we're getting a massive bounce. However, on the daily time frame, we are seeing a little bit of rejection. So what do you want to pay attention to if you're trading Bonk? Because right now, this is a very, very bullish chart. If Bonk can get the weekly close above this level over here, which as I'm recording this video, it is above that level, then all of a sudden we're talking about potentially targeting the all-time highs. And so this is looking very, very positive for Bonk, who is now a competitor of Pump Fund. And now, also, I want to talk about the $3 billion in stable coins that have been minted by USDT. So what are they going to do with this? Is this going to pump the market even further? I really like Killa XBT's analysis here, so I'll just bring you through it. 80% of the time, this signals a continuation of the current trend, and I went ahead and verified this myself. This is usually the case. When there's a bunch of USDT minted, it does mean that we will go ahead and move higher. However, it isn't just dumped into the market immediately. What we need to consider is how the market is currently positioned when this kind of liquidity enters the system. Scaling billions in USDT isn't instant. It takes time, involves extended periods of ranging, most importantly, a hunt for liquidity. And so with that in mind, the expectation is that this liquidity will be deployed after significant long liquidations and during dips. And I completely agree with this. There's no way that this will just be deployed right as Bitcoin approaches the middle of this Monday range. There's likely going to need to be some pullbacks before this happens. But right now, as we're approaching Monday's middle range, you can see that this was a very typical correction for Bitcoin from $123,000 down to around 116K. And now we just got a very, very nice bounce holding Monday's low as support, as you can see by this wick on the hourly time frame. I am really liking this trade setup that I shared within the signals group. It looks more and more promising. Again, if you want to join that group where I post my daily trade setups, you do have the first link in my description down below. And the last thing that I really want to go over in this video is, of course, the Bitcoin exchange liquidation map, because we can see that on the 1 day time frame, more and more longs are continuing to enter in the market. Now, this used to be a cause for concern, but what I want you to pay attention to is that in an uptrending market, as Bitcoin rips past a new all-time high time and time again, this all of a sudden doesn't matter as much. Of course, there will be pullbacks, but as I've said continuously, this just tells me that the liquidity is starting to pile up, and I like to know this because if we get to the point where, for example, there is $50 billion in cumulative long liquidation leverage, and for example, no one is shorting the market, it's at that point where when we start to get some kind of corrections, I will likely shift my narrative and take advantage of such a trade, shorting the market. But right now, as we continue to rip higher, this has really been a longer's market. And as I've said time and time again, in my community, we go ahead and long when there's an opportunity, but we also go ahead and short. You can play both sides of the market. Right now, the easiest cases have indeed been longs. And as I wrap up this video, if you want to trade with me, you have all of the links in the description down below. You have Bluffin, you have Weeks, and you also have Phoenix. Phoenix are currently running a pretty simple promotion. You deposit and you can trade to earn Solana and $1,000 cash back. And I also have a fantastic promotion for you on Weeks where you can deposit $2,000 and get $400 back completely for free for your trading. Weeks is one of my favorite exchanges. You get that 20% deposit bonus. And as you can see, I am actively trading on this exchange every single day. That is the third link in my description down below. As things start heating up across the entire market, I will make sure to start looking at some altcoins. If you want me to take a look at your altcoin, make sure you leave your comments down below and I will make sure to go ahead and talk about it in some of my next videos. If you enjoy the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.